The Spriggan 12. Now we know that the Spriggan 12, they look like they are the strongest villains that Fairy Tail has ever faced, and to be honest, these are my favorite group of villains because they just been so amazing. I mean, each and every one of them, they push Fairy Tail to the limit, and all their fights have been amazing. And this arc is literally my favorite arc of the series because I love all their personalities. I just love everything about them. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, for starters, we first got introduced to Agio, and this was crazy because after the time skip, he was completely fodderizing Natsu and the whole gang. I mean, granted, Natsu and the whole gang, they weren't going all out. I mean, Natsu, he didn't use Blaze Dragon King mode, but from what we saw, he was actually giving them a run for their money, and it was just crazy because he was pushing back all of the starters. And even though he was the first to get taken out, he still was amazing, and the only person that could really compete with him at the time was Laxus. And I actually do like the fact that he got taken out due to teamwork. So if you think about it, he didn't really get taken out by himself. I mean, hell, Urza, one of the strongest people had to team up in order to take him out. That just shows how strong he was, and I really did enjoy him while he was there. The next one is Brandish, and we know that Brandish, she's a very controversial character because there's a lot of people that like her, there's a lot of people that don't like what she's doing. Now, I gotta admit that her reasoning for joining the Spriggan 12 and doing this Fairy Tail war, it was a little bit flawed because we basically knew that Layla, she wasn't a killer. I mean, come on, it's Layla, she's related to Lucy, but for what Brandish saw, she thought that Layla killed her mother, so she wanted to kill Lucy, and that was just a huge plot twist, finding out that Layla, she knew Lucy. I mean, them just having this connection together, that was just so cool. And the fact that her ability is so broken, I mean, she's definitely one of the most broken characters in Fairy Tail. I mean, when she was able to basically cure Natsu's cancer, that's when I was like, okay, she's on a whole nother level of being broken. I mean, Brandish, she is insane, and it was just cool seeing her, and I really did enjoy her. And she's not even done for the account yet. I mean, we know that a lot of people, they don't like that she was on the good side, but hey, it looks like she's going to be coming back and actually fighting for the Alvarez Empire again. The next person is Demaria, and she's similar to Brandish. We know they have a really close relationship with each other. We know that Demaria, she kind of sees Brandish as her rival. They both see each other as rivals, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually do like her a little bit more just because I was able to predict her ability back on my old channel. But that's not the point. The point is that Demaria, she was amazing. Her ability, again, another broken thing. I mean, being able to control time. It was actually cool seeing a god again because we haven't really seen gods in the series for a while. So when we actually did get revealed to her, I liked it, and the way how she was defeated, it was cool because it actually caused another person to never use magic again. So Demaria, she was amazing. Now, another character that was very controversial was Wall Itch. Now, I can remember this chapter like it was yesterday, man. Everybody got trolled. We all thought that Wall Itch was defeated by Ichiya, and everybody was just ready to go crazy. Hell, even I was. I remember I was saying, you know what, I'm not feeling this. I mean, this would have been one of the, like, everybody would remember this moment. If Ichiya would have defeated Spriggan 12, everybody would have been going crazy. But to find out that 1 week later that Wall Itch actually had a real form, man, that was crazy. He looked the hype, he looked way better, and on top of that, his fight with Laxus was just incredible because we got to see Laxus go all out, and again, he was beaten in another situational standard. So we know that it feels like a full-on, just a no-hold bars with no interruptions. He would have possibly beaten Laxus too, so that's crazy to think about. And now this character, I know a lot of people don't like him because of his whole gag, but Jacob. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Jacob, he did have one of the most badass part of the Spriggan 12 member. Let's be honest here. I mean, he was able to see Mavis, and he was just straight up beating her down. Like, that was crazy because we never really saw Mavis get beat up at all, like, not at all. And Jacob, he was giving her the works, and not to mention that his design, listen, his design was just dope, man. Like, he was always, when he was first introduced, he was over there joking Jura. He was like, yo, you got a bald head. Like, that was crazy. Jacob, I loved him, and it is kind of sad to see that his gag kind of like ruins his character. Like, you saw with the whole Natsu and Lucy fight, he was like, no, I don't want to look at these boobs. And he, with the whole Mir Jane fight, with the little scuff, I guess you call it, he was like, no, I don't want to look at you. So it is kind of sad that someone like him got his gag, or he got ruined by a gag, but I still did enjoy him. Next one is Nineheart, and Nineheart, he's kind of debatable for me, to be honest, because On one hand, I do like his personality, I do like his secret. We know that he has some type of connection with Irene, but there's just something about him that when he was first introduced, it was cool, but I don't necessarily see him as like physically strong, so I don't really know about that. But his ability, it did lead to one of the greatest moments for Jalal. Him coming up here getting super pissed, him just going crazy after seeing Urza injured, and he was like, you know what, I gotta commit one more sin. And then he was actually going to kill him, but we know that he didn't. So I do, Nihar, he's kind of like to me, but I can't wait to actually see what he really is. Like, we know that he might be an enchantment, or we know that he might be a servant to Urza / Irene's family. So we still have more of him to go, and I can't wait. Now, Bloodman, this guy was a savage. Yes, a savage. Bloodman, Bradman, he was a savage. We saw he was introduced by Crucified Sting and Rogue. Sting and Rogue, these are the two twin dragon slayers, and he was crucifying them like it was nothing. That's how crazy he is. And then once we actually got introduced to him, another controversial moment with Gajio. We all thought that he killed Gajio and took him to the underworld with him, but we soon found out that he didn't really do that. Well, he did do it, but Gajio later got revived. But Bradman, yo, that was crazy, because his ability was dope, man. Being able to use all the demons from Tartaros thing, it was kind of nostalgic, because prior to this arc, Tartaros was my favorite arc. So to see somebody use those guys' ability again, it was amazing. Now, by far, this guy is definitely one of my favorite Spriggans. Top 3, if not my favorite, to be honest, and it's God Serena. I know God Serena gets shitted on a lot. He didn't really get his justice due. Let's be honest. He's the strongest wizard in Fior, and yet he got fodder eye sometimes. Like, okay, we can admit that he wasn't one. It was dope seeing him take out the 4 Wizard Saints, because the 4 Wizard Saints, those guys, they were getting hyped up, and when you have someone like God Serena just just running through them all, I was like, yeah, this guy might just be a monster. And then once we found out that he got to an encounter with Acnologia, that's when it went all downhill for him, because he never really got a fair fight from here on out. I mean, Acnologia should have speed blitzed them, one shot at him. And then when he fought Gildarts, he obviously wasn't at full power, so he couldn't really show everything and actually he go all out. So I was just crazy. That was a crazy moment, to be honest. God Serena, I really do enjoy his character simply because his personality is what makes him so amazing, and I really do enjoy him a lot. Now, Larkade Dragneel, we don't know too much about him, to be honest. At this current moment, we do know that he just appeared out of nowhere. Fairy Touch at the 493, the White Dragneel, and this literally did break the community. It broke the internet for a bit, because everybody was wondering who he is. Hell, we also wonder who he is, but a lot of people, they do say that he might be an artificial Dragneel member. He might be a relative. He might be a brother, a distant relative. So I can't wait till we actually do find out about Larkade, but we do know that this guy is on par with Acnologia, according to Zeref. And if that's the case, then yeah, you can't just come in here and not get some type of backstory on you. So I can't wait for that. Now, the next guy is Invel, and Invel, we know that he was getting his shine. He got his shine in this recent chapter, let's be honest. I mean, he was able to freeze gray, that's crazy, or make gray shiver. He's able to make gray shiver. That was crazy. And the whole thing about him awakening gray's darkness, man, this led to one of these saddest moments. He's actually responsible for killing Juvia, if you think about it, because Juvia, she committed suicide over him. But another thing about Invel is that we know that he's like, he doesn't BS around you, let's be honest, because when he saw Mavis, he was like, you know what, fuck this, I will put her in the chain so she doesn't cause anything. He like, Zeref was even like, dude, relax. But Invel, I actually like his character because he has a mysterious thing about him, and he's very loyal to Zeref. So I can't wait to see him versus Gray go down. Now, this character, Irene, I really did enjoy her from start to finish, because she's basically just a savage. Like, she's on a whole nother level when it comes to being savage. When she was first introduced, it was mystery all around her having scarlet hair. We still don't know the relationship to this day, but I can't wait till you figure that out. And also, oh my god, her fight with Acnologia. Now, even though she was running away from Acnologia, she was still putting in work. I mean, she was able to push him back for a couple bit. Hell, she even made Acnologia like laugh. He was like, haha, like he was having fun with it. And I'm gonna be honest, I might be the only person that do this, but after that moment, I really did start seeing like, what if Acnologia x Irene could have happened? But no, in all seriousness, I really do enjoy Irene. She's one of my favorite female characters because she's super strong and she has a dope personality, and I really do like her. Now, last but not least, yes, I'm biased towards this guy because his name is the same name as my birth month, but August. Yes, August. Where do I start with August? This guy is the leader of the Spriggan 12. We figured that out. He's the leader of the whole organization, and this was crazy because August, he was known as the guy who knows all magic. We know that he basically is above everybody when it comes to them. Some say that he's on par with Irene, but me personally, I think that he's above Irene because just the way that he talked to her and everything. But we saw the ruthlessness when he first tried, when Fairy Tail first tried to ambush him. Well, really, Mess tried to ambush him, but you know, he actually went full on out and he let off this huge nuke bomb. I was like, melt. Yo, that was dope because the only thing he said, he just said melt, and then he just set off a huge bomb. And we know that August in his, I guess you could say his one magic or his transformation form, he was going crazy. He was going ham, and I honestly can't wait to see until we get to see more August. I mean, I can't wait to see his backstory possibly and just why he's so loyal to Zan. And speaking of Zeref, a lot of people, they think that Zeref, he is a part of the Spriggan 12, but he's not. He's actually the emperor of the Alvarez Empire. So that's it for the Spriggan 12 members. I enjoy all of them. I loved all of them, man. And these guys are honestly my favorite group of villains. Tell me who you guys think tell me who you guys is your favorite Spriggan, and what do you guys expect to see from the rest of them that are still alive. Comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.